Welcome back, guys. Ryan Herrin from Paintings by Night, and tonight on Christmas Eve with the fresh snowfall in East Tennessee and a cozy fire, I want to show you another fast landscape oil painting demonstration. So grab your cup of coffee, your blanket, and let's get rolling.
So welcome back to the studio. Well, as you can see, I've already gotten a jump start on things here and went ahead and painted the sky and the distant mountains in the background. But that's okay, because in this video, what I want to do is actually show you guys how I use my palette knives to paint a landscape. Now, I do use some brushes in this, primarily for, like blending and things like that. But primarily, for the most part of this quick demo, I just want to show you how to use, like I said, the palette knives to create some interesting effects. Now, a lot of people use their knives to paint, just abstract paintings, which is okay, but you can also use them to paint in realism. And like I said, that's what I want to show you in this video. So let's go ahead and start off. I'm loading up my palette knife here with the dark color. It's a mixture of French ultramarine blue, crimson, and a little bit of phthalo green. Now, the phthalo green and crimson actually will make like a black color. I don't want it to be completely black, so that's why I added a little bit of the blue to it. And basically just not really worried about any form or shape at this point. I'm just kind of smearing in some color, just to get some color on there, and then I go back in there with a smaller palette knife to try to make the actual forms of the distant trees. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of going up and down with that thick color to kind of give the impression of some distant evergreens in the background. And again, like I said, I'm primarily using the brushes here just to soften some of the edges from the knife. But like I said, you can actually use these knives to get some really interesting effects. And as you can see, the evergreens in the background are already starting to take shape here. So here I'm using my finger to I do this often. I use my finger to kind of smudge color in, and also for blending. So I'm just kind of using my pinky just at the very base of the tree line, just to kind of smudge in that color, kind of soften it, and give it kind of a misty effect. And I'm just here I'm just cleaning out my brush from the remaining color for what's going to be in the foreground. There's going to be some snow and some grass, and here I'm using a mixture of yellow ochre, a little bit of the blue, and I think a touch of burnt sienna, just to kind of dirty up the color a little bit to make it look like dead grass in the winter time. And again, using another knife, I'm just kind of smearing in that color, and that's going to be, once the painting's complete, that's going to be the grasses and everything in the foreground. And around the edges, I'm starting to darken the color, darken the green. I'm adding more blue to it. And again, I'm not really worried about any form or shape at this point. I'm just kind of putting in the color, and we'll go back later and worry about that. So yeah, I'm just again using my brush, making it kind of misty and soft in the background. And I've actually added a little bit of color on my finger here to put at the base of the tree line to make it look like snow in the background. That kind of has a misty type of look to it. So again, it's I want the the base of the tree line to look really misty and kind of foggy and that kind of thing. So here I've basically loaded my knife with some titanium white and just a little bit of the blue, and not very much. Some of the shadow colors of the snow will have blue added to it. But for right now, it's mainly just titanium white. So we're going back up to the sky here, and the more I looked at this sky, I thought, well, maybe I should put like a small sun, like just over the mountain range in the background. So I'm just using a really small knife with, I think it's pure titanium white, maybe a little bit of yellow added to that. And I'm just kind of going across that mountain range with the knife to make it look like, the sun is just barely over the mountain range. And I'm going back up to a few of the clouds with that knife, to the bottom of the clouds, to make it look like the sun is hitting on the base of or the bottom of the clouds rather. And again, the knife just kind of layering in some more snow. And at this point, I'm starting to think about where the highlights are going to be, from where the sun is hitting on the snow. And again, like I said, we put a little bit of blue with a touch of crimson to it to make almost like a purple color for the shadow areas in the snow. And at this point, I'm starting to think about the way the land is going to look, the lay of the land. And I'm going basically back and forth with the knife. Occasionally I'll pull down. And when you pull down, some of that dark, ugly green color actually will look like dead grass kind of peeping through, so you can see some of those areas. For this particular painting, I didn't want all snow. I wanted some of that grass to show through. So again, a thicker color of titanium white. And I'm thinking this is probably the area where that sun is really going to be highlighting the snow. And back to the blue and white for the shadow. And I'm just, like I said, just pulling down at times and going back and forth from side to side. And yeah, like I said, right now you could actually think about, the way the land is going to look. I wanted, instead of it being straight across, I wanted to give it like a kind of like a slope to the land. I live in East Tennessee, so this painting was actually done from imagination, but I've seen so many places like this, especially near the Great Smoky Mountains. It's about an hour away from where I live in East Tennessee. So I've seen so many places like this, throughout the years that just kind of comes natural, I guess, when painting from imagination. So back to the small knife, just kind of smearing out some of these snow colors and shadows. And here, as you can see, I'm pulling down to make it look like there's some dead grasses, showing through. And, for the most part, like I said, I'm just going back and forth between pure titanium white and the snow color that consists of white, blue, and a little bit of crimson. And that kind of gives it a like I said earlier, like a purple, not really purple, but just a, yeah, like a blue color with a touch of purple. And that's really what this sky would reflect on the snow. But guys, I really appreciate you watching, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe. And I look forward to making more of these soon for you. So until then, take care, have fun, and God bless.